Good afternoon, welcome to another YouTube video tutorial by Idani Prof Mauda. So today I'm going to talk about fractions. This is part of that series, things you need to know but you are afraid to ask. So today we're going to deal with different types of fractions and operations that we perform on the fractions. So we have what we call proper fraction. So the fractions are composed of a numerator and a denominator. Numerator is a function which it's a number which is on top of the fraction, and then denominator is the number which is below at the division side. So we have got three types of fractions. So we have proper fraction. So a fraction is called a proper fraction if the numerator is less than the denominator, meaning that something which is small is carried by something by a bigger number. So a smaller number is carried by a bigger number. For example, this is proper because we have got a 2-year-old who is carried by a 7-year-old child. So here we can see a 7-year-old child is sitting on top of a 2-year-old. Hey, that's improper fraction. That is statutory rape. So we also have what we call mixed fractions. Mixed fractions that derive from improper fractions. If we divide a 7 by 2, 2 goes three times without leaving a remainder, and then leaves a remainder of 1 over 2. That is what we call the mixed fractions. So we also will do what we call the addition of fractions, the addition and subtraction. These are almost similar because the operations are similar. Let's say we have got 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. So now I want to add that fractions. So for us to add those two fractions, their denominators should be the same. So we want to find a way to make those denominators equal. So there are two ways to do that. So the first way is to find a lowest common denominator. It's a number, it's a multiple of 2 and 3. So a number, it's the lowest common multiple of 2 and 3. So that number is 6. That is a number that 2 and 3 can that you can divide that particular number with 2 and 3 without leaving a remainder. So that number is 6. Even 12 is also a multiple of 2 and 3, even 24, but then we choose the lowest. So how many times does 2 go into 6? 6 divided by 2 is 3, multiplied by that 1, plus 6 divided by 3, that is 2, multiplied by 1, that is 2. So that is 5. 3 plus 2, that's 5 over 6. So we do the similar thing when it comes to subtraction. So let's say we've got half minus 1 over 3. So half minus 1 over 3. So we take the LCD, which is 6. So how many times does 2 goes into 6? It goes 3 times. And how many times does 3 goes into 6? Goes there 2 times. And 3 minus 2, that's 1 over 6. So now I'm going to show you another way of doing this. So the most important thing here is to make sure that the denominators are the same. Like if we had something like 1 over 4, let me say 1 over 4 plus 3 over 4. You simply have to add the numerators because the denominators are the same. So that is 1 plus 3 divided by 4, which is 4 over 4, which is ultimately 1. So what we're trying to do here in essence is to make sure that the denominators are equal. So another way of doing this, we can let me erase. I want to do this example using another way. 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. I was taught this in grade 6. I know most of you have already forgotten these things, but I'm gonna repeat it anyway. So we want to find the lowest common multiple of 2 and 3, that is 6. So what number can I multiply 2 with in order to get 6? That number is 3. So we're going to multiply by 3 over 3. So which number can I multiply 3 with in order to get 6? That number is 2. So multiply by 2 over 2. So when we do that, that is the same as multiplying 3 over 3, we know it's 1, so it doesn't make any difference. And we also know that 2 over 2 is what? It's 1, so it doesn't make any difference. So that is 3 divided by 6 plus 2 over 6. So that is, now that the denominators are the same, you can add the numerator. 3 plus 2 divided by 6, which is 5 over 6. So now I'm going to do the multiplication and the division. So I did these things together because the method are almost similar. So multiplication, this is what we do. Multiplication and division of fraction. Let's say we've got 2 over 3 times 1 over 4. Yeah. So when we multiply fraction, this is very simple. We simply multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. So 2 times 1, that is 2. And then 3 times 4, that is 12. So that is 1 over 6. So now I'm going to do the division. The division of fraction. Let's say we have got half divided by 3 over 4. Or this is the same as half divided by 3 over 4. So you need to know how to find the reciprocal of a number. So the reciprocal of half, so you simply invert that particular fraction. The reciprocal of half is 2 over 1. The reciprocal of 3 over 4 is 4 over 3. The reciprocal of 2 is 1 over 2. So you need to know how to find the reciprocal. So I'll do it with this example. So half times, so you change the division sign into a multiplication sign because multiplication sign is easy to deal with. So the reciprocal of 3 over 4 is 4 over 3. So then you multiply 1 times 4, that's 4, 2 times 3, 6, which is 2 over 3. Thank you very much for watching my YouTube video. See you in the next video. Do not forget to subscribe, like or share. Like, share, comment if you've got any questions below. I'll see you in the next video. I love you all.